Hi everyone, I realized I haven't shown you all of my old sketchbooks. I've done, I think, 2 episodes, and there is a playlist which you can see those sketchbooks there. So they are almost 20 years old, so you can do the maths. And I actually can't believe how many years it's been since I created this art. So I personally love seeing people's sketchbooks, particularly the old ones, because you get a sense of how they started with their art and how it came to be what it is now. So let's dive into this. So this one is based on fashion, and the interesting thing is here I've done some stenciling, which I carved out like a shape out of paper from what I remember, and used some oil pastels which are so old now, but they still coming off, so I haven't used a fixative there. But how interesting, I didn't realize I was like stenciling. You know, now stenciling is such a big thing in the arts and crafts. So this little sketchbook is based all on fashion, and I had fashion interest from very early on, and I looked at some fashion books and some fashion designers, and as you will see later, also there are some exhibitions I went to, which I'm so happy. So I used to live in London and for about 17 years, and obviously I had the amazing opportunity to go to all the galleries, museums, all the fun exhibitions, and I was really into it. And so here I have kept the ticket to the Versace exhibition. This was held at the Victoria and Albert Museum, and you can see it's 2002 to 2003, so it was running for a few months, and it was after he was assassinated, and it was such an honor to see the real dresses that were created by him in that exhibition. You almost kind of felt his spirit in those dresses. And so I kept this little booklet from the exhibition. It's a beautiful black and white picture that, you know, obviously represents his style very well. And from what I remember, this exhibition kind of celebrated his talent, as well as some of the dresses were also his sister's, like Donatella designs after he passed away. And so there was, you know, obviously a connection to the two. And I don't know if you have seen the series, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, but it's a great series, and the actor who played Gianni has done a great job. And yeah, so let's move on. Here are a few of the dresses. Sorry about the noise outside. It's still lovely and warm, so I have the window open. So here is a dress. I'm trying to think. So Gianni Versace died in 1997, and this dress was designed 1990 and 91. So you can see his very flamboyant style with that wide belt and the beautiful kind of bodies that the skirt, the majestic skirt, is attached to. I loved how the fabric was folding and the texture of it. Then here is a dress from a year before his assassination. Ignore the wrong dates here. This is the dress from 96. It's a mini evening dress, so quite different from the few years before that. So this was a lot sleeker and simpler, but very beautiful, very revealing. And so I tried my own little sketch as I was there at the exhibition. This was a stunning fabric. So I really leaned close to look at the fabric, and it looked like some sort of stenciling was applied onto the fabric with some sort of glue or sticky material, and then the fine glitters were then sprinkled over it to catch the stenciled floral design, and that was super beautiful. It just was gorgeous. And this is the ball gown from 1994. There is another sleek dress. So this was actually, it says 97 to 98. And then we are going back to 1990 and 91. So you can see his style that I was talking about, and that heavy embroidery. Super beautiful. You know, this is history of art, and I'm so happy I went to this exhibition, and now looking through the images, and also I have taken the notes from the titles of the works, and you know, I just can read it back to myself and really feel the experience. So there's another little sketch. There is another heavy, very heavy embroidery, including some of the studs and little gemstones. So this is also 1991. The roses, big flowers, was very iconic. This dress probably was my favorite one because it's just so stunning. It's from actually quite early on. It's 1988. And the lilac colors and the purpley colors, although purple is not my favorite, but I just love this lilac, and I love the whole silhouette of the dress. So again, it was this heavy fabric skirt which was folded in such a beautiful draped way, and then you have this very fragile top. It's see-through, and it's got loads of these floral kind of sequins or beads embroidery. So I tried to have a little sketch there. Now we're coming on to the iconic dress that was worn by Jennifer Lopez, and this was designed by Donatella Versace, still keeping that flamboyant out there style. And a couple of things here. The back of this dress was stunning, just super glamorous. This dress is really beautiful. So this is 1995, and it was worn by Madonna at the 95 Brit Awards. So that's a very iconic dress as well. And it says here, a silver composition in delicate fabrics. The design was inspired by the 30s fashion. This was a fabulous dress as well. And this is 87 to 88. Black lacquered overrun studded with diamantes and embroidered lace. This is gorgeous. It's got this lacy tail, very heavy, but very kind of elegant. And then we've got the crosses. It actually says here that he designed this mesh fabric, like a metal mesh, in the early 80s, and he was really fascinated by new fabrics, and so then this dress was designed probably just before his death, because it doesn't say that this was designed by Donatella. So yes, it was designed by him. Beautiful piece, and how interesting it is that he chose to put crosses there and then passing away soon after. So yes, very very kind of emotional exhibition to think of now. So back then when I went to the exhibition, I didn't know all the details of what happened to him, and you know, as time passed and the documentary came out, and just reading about the story, it's quite remarkable, and you know, his talent is admirable. So that is it for this little sketchbook. And as a little bonus, I wanted to show you this little one here, because I don't even remember if this was part of my art course. Let me just take this one out, because it's not titled as a sketchbook, but this was a fashion inspired sketchbook. So I went to another exhibition at the Victoria and Albert Museum, and this time it was by the designer Catherine Walker, and I think, I don't remember now, but I think she's a British designer, and a lot of her dresses were worn by Diana, Princess of Wales. So here is one of the dresses that was worn by her, and it's very delicate, very beautiful, very elegant. So here it says, this embroidery was designed to emulate the subtlety of antique pearls. The English flattery is encapsulated through the shades of white tinged with a pale blue, pink and ivory. So that's that. Loads of beautiful embroidery. Let me actually zoom in so you can see a bit better. And these irises are beautiful. Again, worn by Diana, Princess of Wales. So I think I remember seeing Diana wearing this dress, if I'm not mistaken. It's the pale blue with the roses embroidered. This is a beautiful dress as well. And this one was gorgeous. And this, I think I just wandered off in the museum and I saw a porcelain dish decorated with famille rose colors. This is from the 1723 to 1735. Wow. So I did a little watercolor there. This sort of thing I really used to enjoy doing. Obviously now I don't have the time to do that, but maybe at some point. So that is it, is it? There's another dress here, which I just sketched. Oh, it's this one. There's a red with roses, and that's it. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this fashion sketchbook flip, and I will see you in the next episode.